Cheers! One word, the meaning of life. Yeah. How we do it? Previously on Kimba TV. I mean, I guess we're long from here. Were you paying attention on Friday? So this is the level that we marked out on Friday. So make sure you have levels to the downside, levels to the upside. So this was marked Friday. This was marked Friday. These single prints, and then the VWAP that if it does break out, it has to turn into support. We talked about that on Friday. And where is our sort of target for the long? Again, this is from Friday, that. So levels to the upside would be that. Let's do it! Akachuya! Akachuya! Let's go! Let's go! Let's do it! Cheers, ladies and gentlemen! Happy Tuesday! Juicy Juice Productions! How we doing? How we doing? All right, let me, got a late start today, so let me, put these on. That's easy. All right, we got the CME levels and we got S&P, so we are good to go. Ladies and gentlemen, how we doing? Happy Tuesday! All right, shorter stream day. I actually got to fly out. I need to fly out early enough so I can be back here on time for tomorrow's CPI. We got maybe like 2 hours, and then I got to head to the airport. How we doing, Lions? Happy Tuesday. Let's go. Let's go. Dahmer says, Sato said today is the day Hugh Justin dies. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. But, you see how I understand the psychology, Dahmer? Ka-chia! But yeah, remember the game, right? We want Sato and his viewers to watch Who Juicin'. Don't you guys, make sure you guys don't fall for the same God. Y'all need to be learning, nerding out, and improving. All right? Watching Sato or watching Who Juicin' isn't going to help you. Right? So make sure you stay focused. Ladies and gentlemen, we all have the same amount of time, all right? Your 24 hours is my 24 hours. How do you spend it? You feel me? It's too easy. And what did it find support at? Where did it find support, Lions? Akachuya! Too easy. Master Prawn says, how much they paying Sato? I think it's about 1/3 of what they're paying me. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, I mean, look, it's kind of unfair, to be honest with you. If I'm not like a streamer, I'm a Silicon Valley exec. I've been in this game for a very long time. So if you're a streamer like Sato, you're gonna have a hard time competing against me in terms of design work, execution. I mean, at some point, we're gonna have more viewers than he will. So, no, because you would close the whole gap, the RTH gap. So it would be different if the settlement was maybe like here, and then, you know, or like here, and then you could get a partial, dip your toes in, and then get out. Okay, but if you remember, what was the last thing that I left you guys with? Bitcoin needs to what? It needs to get above this VWAP. It looks like it just turned it into support. So no, at this point, coming back down to settlement would not be bullish. So we're gonna, where do you think I would expect this to go? It lost, it came back, it did a bullish retest. Where do you think I would expect it to go? Value. So nothing too crazy. We just mathing. So, but yeah, to answer your question, going back to settlement would not be good because you would completely close the gap. Every day, these are, I don't know how many weeks now we've been covering, but how many of y'all, hands up if you believe in the RTH gap play, right? How many times have we seen this? If it gaps, go with it. If it gaps, go with it. If it gaps, go with it. At least to value range. All right. And then you can sprinkle in things like settlement, value. All right. The biggest thing is what though? VWAP. I left y'all with the biggest sort of thing. Hey, if you're long, you got to get above VWAP. Well, goddamn. What we doing? Are we schwiggity? We better be schwiggity, boys. Any questions? Single print is up there too. And then from yesterday's high to yesterday's low, akachoya! And then everybody can see that single print right there, right? That blue line right there is your single print. All right, can you see all of the singles right here? So that's your single print. Okay. Like we always say, it always starts with identifying levels. You really can't navigate anything until you have the levels. So, Gucci Magucci, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what happens. Math is math. Kisoric says, how about the night bad low sweep? Because I'm looking forward to either that sweep or failed auction retest. And thank you for the settlement. This is what I would say. It's a bummer it didn't go any lower, because it would have been nice to clean that. And it really would have been nice to get in here. Such an easy fucking long. If this ends up being a short, like if it's able to continue to hold this down, then if we get down here, that would be like a long for me. I wouldn't get bearish here, and I would expect bottom shorters to get trapped. It would have been a lot easier if we had just done this yesterday. Like that. That would have been nice yesterday. That's obviously the gap. The RTH gap. Yeah, so I think I have to be really careful with altcoins if we get here and it starts to nuke. Yeah, because really, aside from that, we don't have the VWAP holding us down. It's turning into support. So aside from that and the single print, I would still be looking for that and that. So that's kind of like a little last bit of resistance, because we already claim the VWAP. But yeah, I kind of want it to come down here. Yeah, I kind of want it to come down here. So I wouldn't get bearish if we come down here. I would probably be looking to long. Obviously the data would matter, but I would probably be looking to long. And that should help us with some of this shit. Especially this guy. So, and this guy too. Can you imagine if DOC comes all the way back to $1? Possible, but you know, we'll keep an eye on that VWAP, but I think this might actually get lost. And then Link, we're still waiting. How y'all doing? Bugatti. Ape, yeah. DOT is okay. DOT is juicy like a motherfucker, boy. Let me look at it on this chart. Hey, what do you guys think about these levels? What y'all think about these levels, my boy? God damn! What y'all think about these levels, man? I got you! What is heart doing? Okay. Some of these are just popping, boy. Damn, I should have taken this when it did the value area high retest early. Is Sato longing? I don't know. VWAP getting hit again on all these alts. Would you buy again? It being the second time around? No. So I-19, VWAP is really more of a once or twice play. Okay? The more times that you hit a level, it becomes weaker and weaker. I-19. All right? So principally, the first hit, maybe the second hit, I would take. Now, here's where it kind of comes into play, I-19. Do you know what you're doing? All right? So do you remember the last other couple of alts that had similar scenarios? How can you figure out by data which ones are worth taking a second time and which ones it's worth taking or not taking? All right. So you're going to be able to probably spot some sort of hidden bull div on CVD. All right. But if there's no edge, then no, you don't want to take a VWAP on the second or third, maybe second, but third would be a no-go. All right, and conceptually, any level that gets tapped multiple times, it becomes weaker and weaker. Coke Zero says 86. What do you mean? 86,000? No, I wouldn't be aiming for 86,000. Yeah, no, I would be looking for 92 first. I would be looking at this level. By the way, look at that pixel fucking on settlement. I don't think it's gonna hold, but let's see. Levels. Levels. Who's the guy that was like, yo, Kimba, should I long settlement? Who was that? Coke Zero says lion can dream. No doubt. Look, let's take it level by level, Coke Zero. But this is what I would say. I think a lot of people are going to get bearish down here. So if the data tells me there's a bunch of shorts coming in, then I'm going to long that bitch. All right. So I'm going to take it level by level. I got to see the data, but in my opinion, I think it would be hella funny to get a bunch of people starting to get bearish if we come back down here and trap them. All right. So let's see. If you don't have shorts opening here, then yeah, maybe you're going to go test the unfinished lows at 89 on CME. All right. But this could be, you might have, yeah. So, and the thing is like, I'm super excited to see if this gets taken out. I don't care if the long works or we keep the short all the way down. All I care about is, does this low get held? That's all I care about. And I'm excited to see what happens. Yeah. Okay. Ma35 says, how do you identify trap shorts? Sure. So on Exo, you can see where longs are opening. So for example, can you tell that a $6.1 million short opened here on this block? Can you tell that this guy got stopped out here when it pumped back up and made a higher high? So this guy opened, but he closed it. Okay. So if you zoom out, you can see that you have 83 million roughly in shorts open from that high. Okay. They haven't closed. If it goes like this, if the open interest goes down, that means that they have closed. So what I want to see is I want to see shorts opening down here. And then if so shorts are opening, shorts are opening, shorts are opening, shorts haven't closed. Okay. If the price does this and the open interest is still like this, that means that they have not closed and now they're underwater and they're trapped. Make sense? If they opened their shorts here and the open interest went up and then we come here and the open interest is flat, they haven't closed it. If we come here and the open interest goes like this, then that means that they got stopped out and they're not trapped anymore. All right, and today is a little bit of a shorter stream, but even when I'm not here, I have the Exo on for you guys, so you guys can see where the shorts open and close. Okay, but look at this math, boy. And look, chat, look, I wanted to short. I wanted it to go up there, right? I wanted to short this bitch. It's never gonna be pixel perfect, okay? But we know that we wanted to take a short today. And what did I say about here? If it comes down here, I'm not gonna be bearish, okay? You see how everything is kind of planned out and it's prepared? So you're not gonna ever catch me, oh shit, it's gonna nuke, bottom short, ba-bink. No, I'm not gonna get got like that because I already know. Imagine we get people flipped to shorts down there with CPI. I'm glad that you brought that up. What was one of the things that we talked about yesterday? What was one of the things that we talked about yesterday? We have to be careful with whatever positions we open today because that thing could what? It could just sweep it, right? So imagine it does some goofy shit like this today. Oh. Well, that shit's probably going to get cleaned tomorrow. So yeah, we got CPI Wednesday. Make sure you nerd out on what to expect for CPI Wednesday and let's get after it. WIF is coming into range. I got my alarms. I'm ready to go. Do you believe? Chat, do you believe? How long have I been waiting for this bitch? Look, the math is the math, boy. The math is the math, my 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 boy. The only thing that sucks is I wish I could do, I wish I was gonna kick it with you guys all fucking day. But I gotta take care of some business and go back to LA real quick. Let's go! Bitch! Let's go! Let's go! Arctic Whale Hunter says, dude, it's gonna nuke. There's no point. First off, don't be the dickhead that gets bearish at the golden pocket or the 7.5. Okay? But we said that it was gonna nuke here. You're about an hour and a half late, sir. Get to ya! Yeah, but you better get caught up. Anytime that you show up late, brother, exclamation rewind. That'll allow you to rewind the live Twitch stream, so you can always watch from the beginning. We were getting ready to short this. And guess where we said it's gonna go? Not just earlier today, but yesterday even. Down here, bro. So you're an hour and a half late. We were ready to short this. We shorted here on CME. You do realize that there's about 140 people here that shorted right there? Yeah, you don't want to be the one talking about, oh, it's going to nuke right at the golden pocket. We were talking about that here. All right. So, yeah, it's all planned and prepared. I don't know. I think it was almost 2 hours ago when I said, when it comes down here, I'm going to actually be looking for longs. I could try ya! How can I explain this? One is security. There's like certain data centers, you have to physically be there because it's contained and there's no remote access. So the short answer is security. Yeah, short answer is security. I'm more on the R&D side now. So anytime that I have to, it has to be in person. So yeah, I have, so most of my meetings I can do Zoom, but the really important ones, it has to be in person. Yeah. Would you long your altcoin level if BTC hasn't reached the support level yet? The way that I would answer that, average Wong, is yes, but I have already gone through this many, many times, so I have a very specific protocol. So the abstract answer, average Wong, is I think everybody needs to have a protocol on what they would do if they are thinking about longing or shorting an altcoin, but BTC doesn't have enough confluence. So average Wong, if I'm looking for a Bitcoin long or a Bitcoin short, but S&P hasn't reached the confluence or edge that I want, what do I usually do? And that's how I would answer that question. Now, obviously, every single altcoin has its own unique elements. Some of them might have a CVD bull div. Some of them may not. Some of them might be getting a bear div invalidated. Some of them may not. Okay, so the abstract answer is, I think everybody needs to have a plan on what they would do if they're looking to long Bitcoin or short Bitcoin and S&P hasn't done its thing yet. And you should also have a plan on what you would do with an altcoin long or a short if Bitcoin hasn't reached this level yet. Damn, you're really doing that construction thing loud. I don't know if you guys can hear that. It's kind of annoying. So yeah, so average Wong, every coin is going to have its own sort of data point that you're going to have to take a look at. All right, but yes, average Wong, and haven't you seen me take a Bitcoin long, even though S&P didn't go to the Bugama that I'm waiting for? Right? So it would depend on if the CVD div is already there. It would depend on if all the longs got stopped out, right? If the bottom shorters are already trapped, but if the bottom shorters aren't in, if the longs didn't get fully stopped out, if the CVD div isn't there, basically average Wong, if the anticipated edge isn't there, then I'm not going to take it. If it is, then I will. Make sense? Will we get more red for the 30-minute? MarketMaker.Trade says, are you still expecting pump for CPI? Well, I don't know when we've ever said we're expecting a pump for CPI. You got to take a look at the Bugamas. So yeah, I guess, I think what you heard was like, let's say we get into a long today, for example, it might do a debate move clean tomorrow, stop everybody out that got into a long today before resuming back up, right? But we should have plans for both mass trades. Sounds good? Mapeda says, is your whiff entry exactly at 2.33 or like average fill or what? Mapedas, don't even trade whiff. Because you are so far off. If that's your question, I wouldn't even trade it. You're going to lose money, Mapedas. I wish you asked that earlier, but definitely get caught up on Altcoin Nerd Out and rewatch the highlights for the last couple of days, Mapedas. That kind of question automatically tells me you're going to figure out a way to lose money. And I'm going to come out on top and I'm going to be juicing. And you're going to have some goofy question like, why didn't you do this? Or why didn't you do that? So this is a great opportunity to see if you know what you're doing. I'm not going to be able to hold your hand every fucking trade, every fucking 5 minute, every 30-minute candle that looks bad for you. All right. Are you surprised that it bounced from the 886? Because I'm not. You know what I mean? Just like how I'm not surprised by this dump. Are you surprised that it's doing a bearish retest of settlement? Are you surprised that it bounced off of 886? I'm not. None of this worries me. So I hope you were prepared for this, because I was. And I hope you had a protocol in place on what you would do for, like, when I say you need to be thinking about worst case scenario, are you really doing that? And having a plan and having some sort of execution ready to go? All right, so every day you have an opportunity to prove it to yourself that you know what you're doing, that you're learning, that you can remember what we talked about every fucking day and you can implement it into your plan. All right, but no, nothing has changed for me. All right, Cream, but you do you, my boy. You feel me? You do you, okay? But if you really want to know how I'm looking at stuff, all you got to do is just listen, man. I don't do anything different in terms of what would be bullish or bearish. I'm doing the same shit that I've been doing for the last 3 years, my boy. All right. So why would I close the short? Are you seeing this? And the reason why I can play this the way that I do is because I've seen this sample size many times. I'm going to just give it time. Is it going to turn golden pocket into support and get back above value area low and settlement? I don't know. But I'm not surprised that it came all the way back up here and now it's fighting. You know what I mean? A bearish retest of the settlement is 100% something that we've seen many times. And y'all know that I don't get bearish on the penetration. It's the retest that I like. So for me, like, this is when we find out. This right here is not when we find out if we're going to go lower. This is when we find out if we're going to go lower, right? Let's get it. Akachaya! Are you looking at open interest delta? You have more longs open. So that's kind of an incorrect assumption. The $10 million short opened here, not there. So you have a $7.1 million short and you have a $14 million long that opened right around settlement. So I would actually say that this is neutral / bearish. Yeah, remember, you need to look at open interest delta, not like this. And also, are you looking at Binance and CME open interest and not just Bybit? But yeah, I would, your observation that a lot of shorts open is incorrect. I would actually, you could probably argue that the top longer at the dickhead that longed on the bearish retest is more fucked. I wouldn't really look at the open interest too much for like your foundational edge. It's really more secondary and third confluence. I would be watching CME and time spent above or below and S&P. Yeah, it would have been different if this guy opened in a different place. But yeah, to be honest with you, you don't want a big ass long open if it's going to pump. You want Bybit to be completely flat. So something for you to add on to your next thing, okay? Too easy. All right, I'll put it back on Exo. Have a great day, ladies and gentlemen. Stay safe. Longers, I'm rooting for you. Shorters, I'm rooting for you. Bulls, bears, we're all lying. Sato, tell them what happens if they don't have good risk management. Hey, he said he's gonna smack the shit out of you. Hey, stay safe. He raving.